Hello, folks. Hope you're doing all right. Welcome to Stay Well with Dr. Zorba Pastor.
That's me.
That's him.
You're waiting for me to sing. Da 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 da. Ba 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 ba. Da 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 da. Ba 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 ba.
I like when you add your own little flourish at the end.
Hey, I'm taking singing lessons.
Yeah.
Got to add some flourish.
Speaking of, so you've been doing singing lessons, you've been doing dancing lessons, riding a horse, all these. What is the next thing that you're thinking? Because you're always improving yourself.
I'm still learning to ride the horse.
Right.
And learning to sing.
Right.
Well, oh, you mean something
Is there like
beyond
another
this?
thing? Yeah, there's got to be this.
No, there's nothing in my mind now. That doesn't mean there won't be something.
Pottery, maybe?
No, I don't know.
Basket weaving?
Basket.
I don't know. There's got to be something.
Basket weaving.
Ice cream making?
No way.
No.
Well, I make ice cream at
You
home.
do that already? Okay.
Yeah, I do that. I've been doing that for years. Thank you.
Anyways, let's talk about the show. I'm Carl Christensen. I got Dr. Zorba Pastor
That's
across
me.
the desk
I think
from
I said
me.
that already.
He did. It's okay. We'll take it again. Let's talk about today's show. We're going to talk about, where did it go? My notes. Some new interesting findings surrounding GLP-1 drugs. We're going to talk about that.
Right.
Zorba's going to help out a caller. And of course, we'll get to some of your interesting listener emails. We're also going to hear from the grammar cops today.
Oh, I love it.
You love it. They get a little saucy with us today, so
Saucy.
look forward to that.
Saucy.
They get saucy with us.
I like that.
The phone number to call anytime if you have a question for the good doc, it's 608-492-9292.
And you can email me at askdrzorba@gmail.com. I love answering those emails. askdrzorba@gmail.com.
All right, Zorba, let's talk about the latest research. So this is on GLP-1 drugs like Ozempic, etc. So there's two things here we're going to talk about. There's a new study that shows folks who are taking GLP-1 drugs, they're exercising less.
Right.
And secondly, these drugs may increase testosterone levels in men.
Kind of interesting. So first of all, these drugs have actually been around for a long time. The first one was Victoza, and it's been around for diabetes. Maybe it was 20 years ago. But it did not cause a weight loss. Okay. Now, many times, another drug in that class does exactly the same thing. Well, then Ozempic came out, and it turned out there was a weight loss associated with it. And then, of course, we have Ozempic, Wegovy, Mounjaro, Zepbound, and they all cause weight loss. So there are a couple of interesting things about this. So first of all, remember the people who are using it, the men who are using it, are overweight. They're obese, some development of overweight, and they want to lose weight. So it turns out as they lose weight with these drugs, their testosterone increases. Now, it may be due to the weight loss, and it may also be due to something that actually is going on with the GLP-1s. And this particular study showed it increased from 320 milligrams or nanograms per deciliter to 419, which is really a significant increase, nearly about a 25% increase in free testosterone. Same was true of free testosterone. It was about a 15%. Well, this is a significant difference. Now, the first thing men think about what do you think about when you think of testosterone? This is a wordplay. What's the first thing that comes into mind?
Is this a test? Or
it's a test.
Okay.
It's not a joke. I know you can think of a lot of things. Get the joke.
Testosterone?
But what would you think about when you think of testosterone? Somebody wants to increase their testosterone. Why? What do you think they're
boost
implying?
Their sex life, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, it's usually my sex life is going to be better with testosterone, and I'm going to have a more robust erection. I'm more likely to have an orgasm, all the stuff related to sex. I may have increased muscle mass, so I'll attract someone of the other sex or of the same sex, and I'll have more sex. I mean, that's always the bottom line. I'll look better in the buff when I'm at the beach. So you got to do two things. At the beach, you got to be in the buff. It doesn't cause your muscle mass to increase. That's been shown, and we're going to talk about that in just a minute. But it will increase testosterone. Now, when you give testosterone to men, to increase their testosterone, it doesn't significantly increase A, their ability to have sex, and B, their ability to attract somebody to have sex. That's kind of been shown. It's very marginal. It turns out that if you want to have a robust erection, that the drugs that do that, such as Viagra, are much more likely to do it. So I just want to put that in. That sort of has been a side effect of this. But the real question is, with weight loss, and an increased testosterone, what does that mean for your sex life? This may be a whole other thing, because it may be that something else is going on in the GLP-1 that changes other things within your body, within your mentation, with your ability to have an orgasm and to sustain an erection. In other words, those are other things that are not just related to the physiological process. That remains to be seen. When that research is done, it'll be quite interesting. So I really find this a positive benefit of the GLP-1s. But a benefit that is not positive is that people on GLP-1s appear to be exercising less.
Okay, that
Why?
is interesting.
Because they were exercising more to try to lose weight, and now they're exercising less because they are losing weight and they don't have to do it with exercise. And this particular cohort that they looked at were about 75% women, with a mean age of about 52 years. So it was mostly women in this particular study. And they found out, this was using a step counter, a Fitbit specifically. They went down from 5,000 steps a day to about 4,400 steps a day. Well, that's a drop. You may say, well, it's a drop of 500 steps. But basically, when they looked at something that was different, which was called moderate to vigorous physical activity, that's how fast you walk, and there was a measurement there, went down from 28 minutes to 22 minutes. So in other words, people who are on GLP-1s appear to be actually exercising less. And yet we know that GLP-1s also can decrease muscle mass.
Okay.
So when you're on it, you should be exercising more, not less, because you don't want to lose muscle mass, because that's not good now, and it's not good 5 years, 10 years, 15, and 20 years down the line. So this is a wake-up call that when you're on GLP-1s, even though you're losing weight because you're on them, you should be exercising more. And I think there's a lot of interest here. So for men, this increase in testosterone might be good. We just don't know exactly what it means, but it's not bad news. It's good news. But for women and for men, if you're going to take them, you got to hit the gym. You got to walk outside. You've got to do dance. You got to do something you like to do and pay attention to that, so you will maintain your muscle mass.
If you have a question for the good doc, you can call this number anytime. 608-492-9292.
And we promise not to answer it at 3 o'clock in the morning, by the way. Email me at askdrzorba@gmail.com. And come to the website, drzorba.org, and join. When you become a member of our podcast, you're joining our podcast community. And we really appreciate it. And other people on the community who are chiming in with their questions also appreciate it. So thank you.
If you have a question for the good doc, the number to call anytime.
Anytime.
I just put the bait on the hook for you when I say anytime. You could call 608-492-9292.
Or email me at askdrzorba@gmail.com. Spell it out, askdrzorba. That's me, at gmail.com.
That's him. All right, let's see if he can help out this caller. We're going to the phones. This is a caller from La Crosse, Wisconsin. Hi.
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 How are you
Zorba,
today?
I have a question for you. Oh,
Sure.
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Very good. Thanks.
I have a question about vitamin D.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So I was looking for magnesium.
Mm-hmm.
I have been taking it I live in California and I'm in Wisconsin for the summer.
Mm-hmm.
And I left my magnesium in California.
Mm-hmm.
And so I went to the pharmacy here
Mm-hmm.
and the shelves were pretty bare the day that I went. So I couldn't find store brand magnesium, and I also couldn't find any magnesium by itself. So I ended up with magnesium citrate plus D3.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And it wasn't, I take it to help myself sleep, and it wasn't helping as much as what I have in California. And so
Okay.
I took a peek at the bottle to sort of say, well, could I take two? Maybe I should be taking
Sure.
two. And I noticed that the vitamin D is 6,300 IU, which it says is...
that's pretty high.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I mean, the average is 2,000 units. A lot of them are 1,000 units. Some are 2,000 units. But 6,000 units is rather high. That's high. That's high. It's not high taking it on an occasional basis, but it's more than you need on a regular basis. I'm sort of surprised there's one with that much Vitamin D.
Well, and so I looked it up, and what I'm seeing is that like you can get vitamin D poisoning.
Vitamin D,
and
yes,
the
vitamin
recommended limit
D-osis,
is
correct.
4,000.
That's exactly right. Now, for people who are very deficient for vitamin D, sometimes we front load them, and it's a prescription vitamin D of 50,000 units, and they take it depending it's either once a week, once every 2 weeks, for a month or two to build up the vitamin D. And these are often people who have severe vitamin D loss. They've had a fracture, they've got osteoporosis, and once they get to a normal level, then we recommend 1,000 to 2,000 units a day. I would never recommend over 4,000 units a day on a regular basis. Just because it's a rare result, vitamin D-osis, but it's there, and you don't want to go anywhere near there. What pharmacy did you go to? I don't want the name brand, but did you pay a lot of money or a little money?
I would say a little money. I think part of the reason the shelves were bare was that there were some sales going on.
So, here's what I would suggest. You could take the tablets occasionally, but if you were to come into my office and you said, what should I do with it? I would say, how much did you pay? And it wasn't too much. I would say, this is what rubbish cans are for. Toss it out, got the wrong stuff. And if they don't have plain magnesium, which is what you want, have you ever heard of Amazon.com?
No.
That's right.
I have, but I don't use Amazon.
But you
Good
can
for
use
you.
something else. You could use Walgreens. But frankly, I would go in the town in La Crosse. There are a lot of different places and call around. There's Walgreens, there's CVS, there are independent pharmacies, and find a pharmacy that actually has plain magnesium and then go to that pharmacy. That's what I would do.
Can she cut them into thirds maybe? Since
I wouldn't.
don't
I
even
think
mess with them?
you want to take magnesium to sleep, which is good. Whatever the milligrams that you were taking, do you remember how many milligrams your tablets were?
Yeah. And I have restocked. So I went back and I got plain magnesium, and it's working great.
That's what I would
What
do.
I'm wondering is can I throw this in my suitcase as a backup for the next time I leave it on my counter?
Yeah.
Or is this not even
You are not going to do any harm by taking it for even 30 days. It's not going to do you any harm, but you're never going to hit that number. If you took it every day, it would, even if you were to get to that number, which is a rare event, it would take you probably 6 months to a year to get to it. In other words, even to get to that particular number. But if you're going to use it for like a couple of weeks, I wouldn't care. That would be okay.
Okay. Great.
That's what I do. And it helps you sleep. That's really what's important. That's the good news.
Yeah.
That is the good news.
It helps me sleep too. I take magnesium.
Do you?
I've tried it recently. The is it glycinate? Is that what it's right? Magnesium. There's
Well,
citrate. There's
they're,
glycinate.
they're different salts, but inevitably it gets metabolized into magnesium. And a lot of people says it helps them sleep. So
it gives me weird
and
dreams.
it's good for you. What kind of dreams? I know you don't want to share
I'm not
those.
even going to go into them, but it does give me weird dreams for sure.
Come on, I'm a doctor. You can share that information. Well, thank you for listening. Thank you for calling. Thank you for listening to the podcast. It's an extension of the work that I did and Carl did with me for a long time. 35 years on public radio. I really appreciate it. Now we've morphed into podcasting.
Well, thank you. I think I've been listening all of those 35 years.
wow.
Thank you.
It's a real treat.
Thank you. Well, you only sound like you're 35. That means you started at birth.
Yeah. From the womb, maybe?
Yeah.
Well,
We'll take it. Yeah.
Thank you so much. You take care.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
You too. Bye.
Thanks so much for that call at 608-492-9292.
And email me at askdrzorba@gmail.com. And don't forget the website, drzorba.org. Lots of good stuff on that website that may help you or someone you love. Okay, Carol, we talk about how much we both love coffee, and it doesn't hurt that there are health benefits to drinking coffee as well, which is why we're partnering with Just Coffee Cooperative on this podcast.
Just Coffee Cooperative is committed to transparency with their online coffee tracker. You enter the code on your coffee bag, and it tells you the country of origin, the roast type, the roast date, how much per pound was paid to the grower, and you can even view the contract under which the green coffee was purchased.
And guess what, listeners? If you use the code ZORBA10, you'll get 10% off your entire order on their website, www.justcoffee.coop. Just Coffee Cooperative. Justice from the grounds up.
All right, let's take a listener email, Zorba. This is from Destiny in Franklin, Tennessee, who writes, Dear Dr. Zorba, I'm a 72-year-old woman who over the last several years has started having a lot more facial hair growth than I ever used to. I'm wondering if there's anything that can stop this.
Sure.
I'm either not getting enough estrogen or too much. I'm not taking estrogen at this time. The hair is mostly on my chin and my upper lip. I happen to be totally blind, but even though I can't see it in the mirror, I can definitely feel it, and it's driving me crazy. I've taken to shaving with a single blade razor about every 3 days, but I really hate doing this and would love it if there were some cream that I could rub on or a pill that I could take that would make this hair growth subside. Please help. And she also adds, I've been listening to your radio show starting many years ago and now to the podcast, and I'm so excited for each new episode.
Nice.
You and Carl, please
you.
keep up the good work. Thank you so much for all you share with us.
That is way cool.
Very
way
kind.
Cool.
Thanks, Destiny.
So there's a drug. It's spironolactone.
Spell that one.
I'll try.
Putting you on the spot here.
Spironolactone.
Okay.
That's roughly it. And it's a diuretic, actually, and an antihypertensive. We use it for blood pressure. And for many people, 25 milligrams a day will decrease, and in some cases eliminate, the exuberant growth that goes on the face. So it's a very effective drug. It's a drug that we use, and I would try 25 milligrams a day. You get it from your doctor. They'll check it out because it can affect your blood pressure. And that's the only drug that I know of that works. There may be other drugs, but this drug has been used for that for the last, 30 years, 35 years. So I would do that. Now, there are the dilipitory, I think that's how you pronounce it, creams that you can put on, like Nair and Neat, Nair, and Neat, Neet, but they can be very irritating to the skin. And women use it on their legs often instead of shaving their legs. But I don't think I would use that on the face because that can be an irritant. So call your doctor, text your doctor, email your doctor, go to My Chart if you're on My Chart on Epic, and write down, I need a drug, what do I do? And then recommend spironolactone.
I think you might have hit it on the spelling there. I think you nailed it. Well, if you didn't, we'll hear from listeners. Let's do another. Should we do a double shot email here? Let's do another listener email. This is from a listener, Chris, in Madison, Wisconsin. Chris writes, Hi Zorba. About 8 weeks ago, I was hiking in northern Wisconsin for a weekend. I returned home, mowed the lawn, and I've not had a sense of taste or smell since. I've continued to use a neti pot, and nothing seems to correct this problem. Any ideas what I can do? That's interesting. Well, that's a complicated question for an email.
But some thoughts.
Yeah.
First of all, he might have gotten COVID.
Oh, really?
And he didn't have a lot of symptoms, but he lost his sense of smell because COVID does that to a lot of people, and it comes back over time. I would recommend a steroid nasal spray. You can now buy them without a prescription. Flonase is one of the name brands. Go to your pharmacy, use the steroid nasal spray in your nose, 1 squirt in each nostril twice a day for about a month, and see if it comes back. Often you can kickstart things that way because it reduces the inflammation that might be in his nostril. And that's a good drug to use. Safe, inexpensive, not that expensive at all. It's covered by your insurance, most likely. You may want to ask your doctor for it because you'll be able to get it that way.
Okay, that's good. This is kind of just a related question to COVID. Now that we've, that happened a few years ago now, but do we have any more research on COVID and long COVID and the brain fog, the loss of taste and smell?
There is research, but we don't
understand
it.
Okay.
So many people, they say once they have it, their taste never returns to normal.
Okay.
Some of them, their taste never returns. A lot of people with acute COVID, I remember I had a patient early on in the epidemic, and he worked at our local hospital, and he said, when people bring in flowers, it smells like garbage.
Yeah.
To me.
I've heard similar things from friends.
It smells like garbage. And food tastes weird and strange. Right. So obviously, it affects the nasal receptors that actually transmit our sense of, quote, taste. We think of taste. There's a lot of research on long COVID and what it means and how it is, and because we can't measure it, some people say, well, if you can't measure it, it doesn't exist. Well, you can't measure love.
That's a good point.
I mean, come on. You can't measure love.
Right.
You can't measure anger. You can't measure dislike. And you certainly can't measure politics. So there are a lot of things you can't measure that are real, and long COVID is real. Just like fibromyalgia is real, and and other things that we just don't have a measurement. We used to not be able to measure multiple sclerosis. When I started practice, there was no measurement. Now we have MRI scans that weren't invented, so we can see what happened in the brain. We knew it was real because people were dying from it. We just didn't understand what it was. Now we understand it's a demyelinating disease. We really don't know exactly what COVID was and is, but it's a bad guy.
We know that much. All right. If you have a question for
And
Zorba,
you should get immunized.
Yeah, there you
Even
go.
though RFK and other people within the government say you shouldn't, their answer is not scientifically based. So you should be immunized, like we should be immunized for influenza. And you run a risk if you're not. I mean, I think it's your choice. That's okay. My recommendation is get immunized, and then you'll decide for yourself whether or not you want to do it.
All right. Hey, I'm convinced. All right.
For the moment,
Have a healthy
you
living.
really
How do
took
I get
that
this?
personally. It's like
No,
you were listening.
I got the
That's right.
vaccine.
Yeah, that's right.
I got the vaccine.
I understand.
I got a couple rounds of that
That's
thing.
right.
Different varieties too, I think.
Yeah,
Pretty
good
sure.
job.
I got to
Good
look at, remember
job.
the little card you got,
Good
the
job.
vaccination
Yeah, I got the card. I don't know where the card is.
I know.
anymore.
Did everyone lose their cards?
Well, because you didn't need it to get on the airplane and stuff. I needed it to get it into Hawaii.
Oh, okay.
It had to be not just on the card, it had to be on their website. And I didn't put it on correctly, and we were held up at the airport for like 2 hours until finally we could confirm it. Otherwise,
Wow.
they wouldn't let us on the island.
Yeah.
We had to go back to the mainland.
What a wild time that was.
Yeah.
But do you have a
But
But
with that, if you have
You
a
do this.
question,
You do it.
Call me at 608-492-9292. Write me at askdrzorba@gmail.com. Spell it out. The Ask Dr. Zorba, not DR, but DOCTOR, at gmail.com. And of course, the website, drzorba.org, with lots of good stuff. Join our podcast community.
I like that. That's good. All right. Let's hear from your favorite people.
Oh, let me
These
guess.
are your favorite people. Who are they?
Grammar cops.
We got a grammar situation here. Grab a cop. Watch your grammar. Grab a cop. Watch your grammar.
You like that one.
I love it.
Watch your grammar,
I
folks.
love it. And I think of Miss Kelly. She was a grammarian when I was in school, and she would say, you don't have friends who are kids. They're children or youths. She was against the word kid.
Didn't like
That's
kids?
a goat. And I
Interesting.
still remember thinking, they're kids. We're all kids.
Interesting. Wow.
So she was a grammar cop.
Okay. Well, she would get along with Jan. This is from Jan, who writes, Dear Dr. Zorba, I am so saddened by your most recent episode of the podcast. During the
Sorry to cause sadness.
during the crab cake segment,
Crab
we had a
cakes.
recipe for crab
Yeah,
cakes.
crab cake.
You were discussing Worcestershire sauce, and you mentioned your favorite brand, Leah and Perkins.
Leanne Perkins.
That's so no, says
So
Jan.
no?
That is so no, says Jan. This is a matter of family pride for us. My brother's name is Lee Perrin, and his birth announcement was a construction paper in the shape of the famous brown bottle with a label using the exact same typeface and border decorations.
Oh, I love it.
I know Perrin and Perrins are not the same, but they're darned close. You simply should not mess with that name. So Leah and Perrins sauce is the correct.
Oh, I see.
You said Perkins. It's
I
Perrins.
said Perkins.
Yeah, it's
I didn't
parents.
realize it's parents.
You also talked
Oh, I'm
about-
so sorry. I didn't realize that. I thought it was Perkins. I mean, my brain goes out of it.
Perkins is the restaurant,
Yeah.
not the Worcestershire sauce, where you can get the. Where do you get Perkins? A Tremendous 12, or is that Denny's, where you get all the?
Tremendous 12.
Remember that
yeah.
one?
Yeah. The
Moons over
meal
Miami.
that you can have that will sustain you for the entire week.
It'll stop your heart.
That's right. Yeah. 12 pancakes, 12 eggs, 12 pieces of toast, and 12 hash browns.
Jan is not finished, Zorba.
Okay.
Jan
Oh.
continues. You also talked about, quote, nitrate-free gloves. This is pretty funny. Nah, they're non-latex
That's
nitrile gloves. Picky, 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 Jan writes. So she knows she's being picky. Thanks for an always interesting, scientifically balanced show. I still love you, even if you can't get our surname correct. It's a good email, Jan. I like that you called them nitrate-free gloves. That is pretty funny. So, I mean, you could almost eat them. They're healthy, these rubber gloves. Yeah, love the grammar cops.
I wonder what that would do to your bowels. Chew on a glove today instead of an apple.
Right. That's all we got on that one. Does Zorba need
enough.
a visit from the long
enough.
arm of the grammar cops? Email your violation. I don't even know if that makes sense. To ask Dr.
Yes.
Zorba at gmail.com.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, or you can post on our Stay Well with
Yeah.
Dr. Zorba Facebook page. Yeah,
totally.
We got to end this one.
Thank you.
Do you have anything
Let's
else to
end
say
it.
to Jan about that?
Nothing.
No.
I'm done.
Just shut
I'm
it down,
done.
says
I'm
Zorba.
embarrassed. I'm putting my head down. I'm embarrassed. I am embarrassed. Takes a lot to embarrass me.
It does. It does. What did we learn? We talked about GLP-1 drugs.
Effect on
different
testosterone
things.
and lack of exercise. People are walking and exercising less.
You helped out a caller with vitamin D questions.
Correct.
We talked about facial hair,
Yes.
losing your taste and smell,
Yes.
and the grammar cops just
That's right.
whooped us on that
just
one.
whooped us. That's right. We took a whooping. Thanks for
deserved it.
joining our podcast community, and don't forget to stay well.